How y'all doing out there? It's the Black Effect, the real Black Effect. Been pretty busy. It's a lot going on. So recently, the real Rick Ross, not the one who be talking about, oh, it's the biggest boss. Not that one talking about I got the 100 keys. No, the real Freeway Rick Ross, the dude who did the one who you don't know about, but who was doing like 50 years in jail, and ended up getting out. He's an old man. He's got a full gray beard. He ain't got millions of dollars. He definitely ain't got that, and he wants to clear his name basically that he earned. He earned that name in doing dirt, doing devilish deeds, and getting jolted and getting picked up, busted, and his whole life, whole thing, empire getting taken away, and him having to do hard time, man. Do you think that when he was doing that hard time and Rick Ross was out there bubbling, putting Molly in chicks' drinks, they ain't even know it, out there accumulating his riches and fame, why he was doing that? This dude was locked up for the stuff that Rick Ross was talking about he did. But that's not the point. The point, what he brought up, they asked him about Rick Ross being a correctional officer. And I want to ask y'all in the black community, man, in the community, what do we care about, man? What are we supporting, man? Like, if we gonna support fake and phoniness, then rap has no integrity, and I don't want to be nowhere near it. Like, it's over. If you still, anybody who's still supporting, and I'm from the South, it don't matter where you from, anybody who's still supporting Rick Ross, if you call yourself a street dude, you call yourself it don't matter what you call. You could be from the street dudes to the casual hip hop fans. Even if you are even if you part of the other groups who we know who support this hip hop in a high capacity, more Caucasians support hip hop in a high capacity. So does other ethnic groups of people. Hip hop is popular across the world, but if you a fan and you supporting that, you can't call yourself a fan of true hip hop. If you saying that you Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Lamar's the best, and you calling Drake a colonizer and white boy, and then you can't support Rick Ross. Because the real Freeway Ricky Ross, the real guy who had the keys and was moving and doing all this stuff, risking his life, about to get his head popped off or popping another dude's head off, going to jail for facing the rest of his mortality in a box. That guy, he came out and told you he know people who was locked up in real life. He told you not only that we knew Rick Ross was a CO, but he told you what kind of CO he was. The kind who would jam guy. He wasn't the kind who would be sneaking drugs in there, like you see, like some COs do. Like you see a chick boofing some coke up a box, and then she take it to a nigga, who locked up, a kingpin who locked up for life. Nah, he wasn't doing that. He was the nigga who you saw who was doing everything by the book, who would take your soup if you had extra little soups. You trying to get you some extra little Campbell's, get your protein, nigga. You trying to hook up one of them spreads that you see niggas making on YouTube. Nah, you can't do it while fat ass Officer Ricky is in there. You can't do it because he gonna come take your joint. He probably was eating it, but he gonna come. He not allowing you to do that. He was a company man. And listen, it's nothing wrong with that. That's what a lot of people should be in the community should be aspiring to be. You got a job. You a normal person. And anybody should be aspiring to do that, to be the best at what you want to do. Like he signed up for that. So when you sign up to do something, I don't care if you're working at T-Mobile, you the cashier there, you need to be the best at doing that. You need to have integrity doing that job. So I'm not knocking him for that. But to even entertain you talking about mafia stuff done. I don't want to hear that crap, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't even listen to Rick Ross old stuff. I can't do it. I can't. Every day I'm hustling. Now look, you can equate that to like hustling your job. You feel me? Like hustling and whatever you doing. So stuff like that can be applied universally. But when you heard niggas talking about, I knew the real Noriega, you talking about who you talking about? The dude on Drink Champs? You talking about the nigga on Drink Champs, right? Okay. All right. Because I don't want to hear no foolishness. And we need to get away from that and championing the worst of the worst in society. It's time. We need to get behind people who actually trying to, do good things. do good. God's will for their life. Do some good. Putting that selfless people, real people who out there helping and putting themselves out there. But I don't, like I said, this stuff done got so muddy. The agenda of our community, I don't even know. Because like I say, we calling in this hip hop stuff is just a bastardized form of culture. Like, especially now, we talking about calling a dude who been in the game 10 years, who we been supporting, Drake. We want to call him a white boy colonizer and stuff like that, even though you ain't heard about him really snaking nobody or doing some shoddy bit. He pay his people at least. He ain't do no DJ, no Webby and DJ Gutter situation. But we support people, and then we say Kendrick Lamar. We want to support people like Kendrick Lamar who authentic, who for the culture. We saying all this culture. We toss that around, the word culture. But we gonna support a dude who not only talked about drugging women and putting things in their drinks, and what type of women he talking about. He wasn't talking about doing that with white women. And you gonna support a dude who was a cop and who tried to portray himself as a super thug max gangster rap drug dealer, but he was a cop, a CO, correctional officer. And he was the type of correctional officer that did everything by the book and busted the dude's balls in jail. He was the dude who was the strict CEO prick who people was like, the dude who made dudes' life in there harder for no reason. I tell you gonna support that? Not me. With that being said, it's the Black Effect, the real Black Effect. I'm gone.